Mr. Richard Knives, vabbè. Simple, more 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 simple. Stay not it's November 30 so not only the last day of November 35 but also last Sunday. So November 35 2025 it's in fact Sunday is in neighbors for the arts once again totally clear yes totally clear scarlet in general. To it's now it's early afternoon, it's the hour 13 and 57. Yes, really soft like these videos for soft classificaci di attività avuto un tosto in ingredients questa volta per SEO si possono essere fatte che hanno una stagione sentite for years so effect the work past the 4 years so the course is like so last past summer so abbiamo fatto mi passiamo c'è body also fact that mi io so mentre in torno YouTube in fact also for YouTube 4 years so the course Abbiamo not for the season can we just been net this video 3 years in 22 and 3 days went also the winter so you'll be also for years with the course the winter with the course where as perhaps someone remember if you can work with somebody which means suppose indeed I'm sure att jag ser drömmen sin så sim trots att jag inte ens var på perspektiv vi har inte watcha in this better than grabs per så io tutto for me the real investment in relations for the winter spring semester for winter so oggetti cool per spring one second ci sono for esempio oggetti 8 su tazza in genere due si sono servire sa se oggetti se creare le mie se ti semi also fino sempre fino da so da completamente sure for this video for considering two aspects first better considering two reasons. The first one consists in a passage from Psalm 22, and the second one, the most important consists in last affinity change in temporary visa after many weeks ago, into which now the area is completely the area changed and also it's completely reset, if not reset, surely really good, but with the area meaning same temporary visa, so some of all these things makes conditions to wish repeat, if not reset, surely really good, at least some because I don't feel good like people. And when it comes to winter, because we met this thing, in fact, I really explained this thing in the past winter, what I got over the past years. So when it comes to winter, I also explain once again this thing. Where yes, I don't know if I'm here for anything or not, because it's cool, I think yes, I don't know if you penso them, where in general for me, also, mi sia, not as got also this I see for sure, something just for this, it's really beautiful. But this is so can you some film. Very often, I think that represents easy, repeat as I just before. Finale Fahrenheit, finale Celsius. But it's not speedy. Just before today, yeah, it's beautiful. Yes, and then if it's not easy because it came out very little. Now I'll see 3 things for little, but it came out to sign also session. This thing already is first one is fact that now I'll see from the same extract from a Politan classical song Sole Mio, My Son, because this thing became a bit of a man doing glass past some perhaps someone remember, I think Robboni. So ma tu sola più bella mia, o solo mia, sei in fronte a te, o solo mia, sta in fronte a te, sì, sta in fronte a me, sta in fronte a te. Adesso infatti lo scherzo cosa c'è, the second thing is that surely this channel Kamat will be not beautiful, in a super channel, in sense, and third thing is that it's impossible beautifully acquisite, perhaps someone knows the beautifully acquisite, it's possible to acquisite session so acquisite. Adesso entriamo in serie video, considering video, change of hours of practical month ago, last Sunday, Saturday, October, now before this fact I read Benin, probably them for now we have them in Sanskrit for other 2 hours and a half, as more or less in comparison, but I'm a completely different rule. Well, so so from mythical winner, new white curtain with green flowers, long flowers mixed between the plants. This is the new curtain since last number 1, so just birthday with the previous beautiful game with the beautiful pentabench. To reprint this thing, see, read this passage from the new curtain, just from the past, previous curtain to the new. Another thing, see, fourth comment, or perhaps second, third point, the first comment under the video, where see the comment section on the video. And I don't know if you can see it really well from the shots. I think of yes, green flowers, long flowers mixed between the plants, or even better, surely better, my shot practically the first part of the video which I showed you the weather that I see the sky from the window. Or also from this other shot, this is similar to the classical shot of film Morentina Segur for the past or the previous curtain, grey curtain, but perhaps for the first one, for the color of the curtain. I don't remember exactly, among things, the color curtain is still in the core image of the channel, so name it, I change it, yes, related to this shot is also related to, and to this shot is also related to fact, but for one reason, the green shooter, also one reason, but for one reason, the green shooter also this, but more one reason, because if you measure, now see that the picture says I reduced for the grey curtain, in fact, perhaps also for the first curtain color, I don't remember, surely for the previous grey curtain, we should grey curtain be bench, with the the beautiful Greek thing in beautiful interventions, and so now let's see once again, repeat once again, this picture sentence, this is also for the new opportunity cities, but also always better visible for me. It's integrity in the shot at 6 million shot. La seconda è riuscita prima ma si chiede adesso vede se mette specializzanza for the good thing, sbaglia adesso for it, repeat once again, but also always better visible for me, it's entirety, green is a shot, at the 6 million shot. And finally, I'm going to PG, 675, also the 6 million shot. Questo è molto piccolo, facendo partite del vincitore, sono quello che esiste. For myself, class of space, and finally, I hope you all get breakfast. Late in general, sono as fact crazy, late in from us, poi importa se si fare con delle ragazze, se non ti cosa salve faccio breakfast, fente intenzione di resta tweet, fente in parte medicina, tu riesci, se che parlo di se sembra una vestito, se sarà ciò, vedere di cosa di carriera, tu di cosa di carriera, di close, li to from us, they just roll just one good thing, 57 minutes. Batte, remember to take a shot, see, I'm at it, me also we got from this, I'm a young. That's we want to see. E che fa, si sono mosso l'ultima figura. Assolutamente. La signora senza, ma non si possono venire, si sceglie di dare una pira, e also sono contenti perché, essa, quindi si vede, I always was to conti con distinct effect of the reason friend that this should be done. We have mentioned to you that one time as any time ci capiteresse più si detto dei cessati di things ci sono uscito più si giù soprattutto in battle most union that's way always new so this from this biscuits my favorite my usual combos will be basic consist I think it's one of my most step the chocolate chip or cookies with chips chocolate chips fatemi sì questo per ti biscuit mi sembra but in particular, I think so we said the least stop about milk factor in short density of chips. But also quick shock if I could send a shot from the shot fragment the shot. Sullo sto conto tutti si che should be done per sono in damage per 3 su dopo sono non quick so it finish now there is one thing we brought it one thing I think 110 the easiest also si che se lo sto conto si che should be done per preso at sono in damage per 3 su and so since that month today I pattern set it once again in milk so very good news and we need also the fact that breakfast also moment as in particular me so si che last video it's a joke we are talking about most so in some way so of course I'm referring to the first time so that this video if you can say Tolla Nicholas breakfast was a memorable but second thing is about CS fact only for abuse CS da Conad ragazzi adesso mi sa peso position cosa attraverso questa posizione femminile era bamba ragazzi adesso fa cosa si trova come mi dico because they are really super bad. Assunto. ما I suppose from the time فكان انت tomorrow what قول له يلعب معه while sim repeat when if it's too easy but when I'll see this thing but repeat using two things for later when it the channel come out first one is that it surely will be supply the channel come out nel sense and in fact it's possibly activity I believe we activity to visit once again